Hello, everyone. I'm Brandon Elrich. My publication is Brandon Elrich is So Gay. And I have a section in that publication called The Gay Chef. And it's got all my baking, cooking videos, all of that sort of content. Um, Somebody sent me a recipe. Sarah, I don't know if Sarah's in here yet, but I told her I'd be making something with her recipe. So today I'm going to be showing off my nuts. I'm just shelling and um, playing with my nuts right now. And first, I preheat the oven to 250 degrees. And, you know, women show off their candied yams around this season all the time. So I thought I'd show off my candied nuts. And so, yeah, 250 degrees on the oven. And you need about a pound of nuts. I'm using some pecans, some walnut pieces, and I'm shelling a few peanuts. I'm just going to throw a variety in there. We'll just see how that goes. Eh, any of you ever had any candied nuts before? I've had some from the grocery store. Uh, they were pretty good. But I'm also going to be making some chocolate covered coffee beans or espresso beans if you like. I don't really know what the difference is. I mean, they're both coffee beans. I think one is like more flavored than the other. But for that, I went ahead and started this. I'm doing some white almond bark and some chocolate almond bark. I just put a chunk in there, and I'm doing the double boiler method. So you just use a pan, put a few inches of water in it, not enough to reach the bottom of the bowl that you're going to put on top. And you let the water beneath boil, just a light boil. It doesn't need to be like a rolling boil, but enough to heat the chocolate in the bowl. So I'm going to go ahead and get that started. And of course, I already said I preheated the oven. And so we're doing this recipe has monk fruit. I've never used monk fruit. I guess if you're, I don't know if you're what's the there's some diabetic or something. I think they can use monk fruit instead of regular sugar. I'm just going to use regular sugar, brown sugar and regular sugar. But you can use monk fruit apparently. The recipe calls for a half a cup of monk fruit. This is a half a cup of brown, I think it's called golden monk fruit, but I am using light brown sugar, half a cup. From what I've read online, it's if you're replacing one with the other, it's a 1-to-1 ratio. So calls for a half a cup of um, the monk fruit. I'm just putting in a half cup of the um, light brown sugar instead. But when it came to the granulated, from one place I saw it said that monk fruit is sweeter than sugar. So if it calls for half a cup of monk fruit, you want to go like less than that for if you're using granulated sugar. But I'm going to put a half a cup of sugar in there. Start off with that, and we'll see how sweet it is. And we can always add more since the monk fruit is supposedly sweeter, and it calls for half a cup. I'll go ahead and put half a cup sugar. Then I can add to that. Of course, you can't take it away if you add too much. So we're doing half a cup of each. And then, let's see, we're doing some cinnamon, nutmeg. Let's see here. Combine the sugars, the cinnamon, 1 teaspoon ground cinnamon, 1 teaspoon. All right. Wonderful. 1 teaspoon ground cinnamon. And I believe it was a half teaspoon of nutmeg. Let me double check it. Wait, does it say nutmeg? Oh, maybe there's no nutmeg in this one. What was I thinking? Ginger, 1/4 of a teaspoon ground ginger. I mean, you could put nutmeg in it. You know what? Since I have it out, I'm going to put the nutmeg in it. I'm just going to put a few dashes. That's fine. And 1/4 of a teaspoon of ground ginger. Random Thoughts from an Owl. That's a cool name. I put ginger and cinnamon in my coffee every morning to help prevent indigestion. And it works. Coffee always gives me indigestion, heartburn, whatever you want to call it. But adding, well, I looked at a few different things online, and among those things, it listed cinnamon, ginger, and honey. So I started putting that in my coffee, and my heartburn went away. It's crazy. But then I took away the honey, and it still worked. So I guess it's just mainly the ginger and the cinnamon. Hello, VJ. All right, so we got the ginger, 3/4 of a teaspoon of salt. I'm just gonna measure it in my hand because I'm doing it with a shaker. Looks about right. Get these out of the way. Okay. Sugars, salt, ginger, cinnamon, and okay, that's it for that. And we can combine those. And I use a whisk just to break up the clumps, you know? Oh, see, one fell through the thing. Anybody want to contribute any conversation to this chat? I'm not really used to this. There's always There are always people talking in the chat. You guys are very quiet. Maybe you're all bots. Are you all bots? All right, that's good. All right, I'm going to set that aside for a second. And we also need 1 egg white. And we're going to beat it. Let's see. I think I'll just do 2 on this one. This little handy dandy mixer has 3 beaters. I'm just going to use 2 of them. Make sure it's turned off before you plug it in. I probably don't have to tell you that, but I don't know. I mean, some people may not realize it. Oh, well, of course. Knock down my phone. My gosh. All right. All right. Let me make sure I got everything before I go on to the next thing. I've never made this before, in case you couldn't tell. I just got sent this recipe, so I thought I'd try it. Egg white, 1 egg white. All right. So careful not to break the yolk. All right. And I'm going to put the yolk in a little container to save it for later. Because why not? Why not? All right. I think I'm gonna play with a few more of my nuts. I didn't get very many in here. Oh, there's D Watts. You know what? I don't even know your first name. I always see you in articles and stuff, and it just says D Watt. You prefer just to be called D? Oh, I want to get the skin off of there. Oh, I'm assuming you can all hear me. This chat is just eerily quiet. Nobody's saying anything. Why aren't you all saying anything? I don't know. Kind of eerie. Oh, got here late trying to figure out what you're making. Well, thank you for asking. I am making some candied nuts and some chocolate covered coffee beans. So I preheat the oven to 250 degrees. And I have a half a cup of brown sugar, half a cup of granulated sugar, a teaspoon of cinnamon. I put a dash of nutmeg in there, and a quarter of a teaspoon of ginger, and 3/4 of a teaspoon of salt. And now I'm about to beat an egg white, one egg white, until stiff peaks form. Oh, okay, so it's not till stiff peaks form, although I kind of like saying that. But it's just till it's frothy. All right. All right. It's frothy. The white stuff is frothy. The chocolate is melting, but I'm going to kind of chop it up a little bit to beat it along. I had it in the freezer, so it's taking a little longer than it could have otherwise. But all right. All right. Looks like it's melting pretty well. At least the white chocolate's melting pretty well. All right. What was the next step? Add egg white. Yeah. Add vanilla. Vanilla, 2 teaspoons of vanilla. One, two. Okay. 2 tisps of vanilla. And then, I need something to stir it with. Stir the vanilla in with the egg white. Okay, that's good. We don't want to overstir it because then it'll dissipate the frothiness of the egg white. And then I believe we add the nuts. Add vanilla and beat again to combine. Well, I'm not going to beat it. Well, I guess I could. I guess if it says to beat it, I'll beat it. Fine. Beat it again. Okay. And then we add the nuts. So It says a pound. I don't like when it gives weight measurements because not everybody um has a scale in their kitchen. I guess I should. I do have a scale in my kitchen, but it's not exactly the best one to use. You toss in some pecans. Uh, this is my scale. Still works. I don't know how accurate it is, but I'm also going to add some walnuts. Oh, hello, Kimmy Wynn. As I said in the title, I'm showing off my nuts. I'm going to throw some of these peanuts in there. Um, I don't I don't particularly love walnuts. They're kind of bitter. I mean, I guess all walnuts are a little bit bitter. Um, I can't see what that said. Oh, wow, old is me. Wow, old is me. I don't know what that meant. Pecans. Throw in a few more pecans. Kind of want some more peanuts, actually. Okay, I'm checking on the chocolate. It is melted. So turn it down to a simmer just to make sure it stays melted. I know you can use the microwave. I try to avoid using the microwave as much as I can because I don't know, for one thing, the microwave dries things out. If you put chocolate in there, if you accidentally put it in there for too long, it just fries the chocolate. And I don't want to do that. Uh, So I think it's better to put it in a double boiler so that it just gently melts the chocolate and keeps it melted. Oh, hello, Karen. Karen, you want to see my nuts? I'm gonna toss a few more walnuts in there. It's supposed to be like a pound, but um, I'm not. I didn't weigh them. I'm just kind of. I'm just kind of guessing. Eh, uh, right now I'm kind of busting my nuts over here. Eh, I like nuts. All right, I'm gonna stir the nuts. Looks like could use a few more. Ah, need to bust some more nuts. Peanuts. Peanuts? Not penis. Peanuts. 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 All right, that's taking too long. I'm going to throw in some more pecans. I think pecans are good candied. You like nuts, Karen? Oh, hello, Margaret. Hello, Holly. Well, at least I'm finally getting people that are talking. I get in here and there's like, I don't know, 5 or 6 people join and nobody's saying anything. And I'm like, okay, it just seems, I mean, obviously I can't hear you speak, so it's not like it's different for me, but I don't know, it just seems different when there's nobody talking in the chat, don't you think? It's just like it seems kind of eerie to me. What are you making? I am making candied nuts. And while I'm while the nuts are baking, I'm also going to make some chocolate covered coffee beans. All right. So I put some walnuts, pecans, and peanuts. And this is an egg white beaten with some vanilla extract. I think we can throw a few more of these in there. So the point is to get have enough egg white and vanilla to cover the amount of nuts you have. And I mean, it depends on how big the nuts are. I mean, when it comes to nuts, I don't think size matters that much. I don't mind small nuts over big nuts, but it does matter when you're talking about coverage of the egg white and everything. You want to make sure all the nuts are covered so all of your sugary stuff can adhere to them. Oh, maybe I'll oh bust another nut or two. There we go. Uh, Brandon, you're killing me. Oh, I'm sorry. I don't want to kill anybody on my live video. Um, all right. Just gonna throw a few more pecans in there to cover my nuts. All right. Now, oh, I need to look back at the recipe to make sure. See, I've never made this before, in case in case you couldn't tell. But Sarah sent me this recipe. I told her I was coming on, but I haven't seen her come in yet. Maybe she's hiding. Yeah, add nuts with the egg, add sugar mixture, and stir again to combine. Okay. So, in case you're just tuning in, I'll reiterate. I have a half a cup of brown sugar, a half a cup of regular sugar, a teaspoon of cinnamon, 3/4 of a teaspoon of salt, a fourth of a teaspoon of ground ginger, and I threw a couple dashes of nutmeg in there just because I had it out. I thought the recipe called for nutmeg, and I realized it didn't, but I put it in there anyway. So there. Um, I think that was it. Oh, I guess I could look, couldn't I? Cinnamon, yeah, ground ginger, egg white. Yeah. So here we go. There's the sugar mixture. And we will stir it around because we want to make sure our nuts are covered. You don't want exposed nuts. I want to make sure to cover your nuts. I think look like they're all pretty much covered. I think I could probably throw in a few more. It looks like there's a lot of this sugar mixture. I think I got about a pound, but um, looks like there's enough to uh, throw in just a few more. I've got a few walnuts in here, but I don't really like walnuts that much. But I figured if they're candied walnuts, I could deal with that. All right. Now, oh, it just seems like a lot of stuff there. I think use a few more nuts to compensate for the sugary stuff. Okay, let's get this bowl out of the way. Now, you also want, after you've heated your oven to 250 degrees, you want, I've got too much stuff out here. What is going on? My gosh. What are these doing here? Oh, and these. It's fall, y'all. Mm-hmm. Get that out of here. All right. Oh, you can see that pretty well. Let me turn this just slightly. Oh my gosh, there we go. Oh, I need some kind of camera holder or a phone holder, whatever. I love pecans and cashews. Yeah, actually, the recipe mentioned cashews, but I didn't have any cashews. I'm using what I've got, and I had pecans and walnuts in the freezer, and I had some peanuts, not penis, peanuts in the shell. So I cracked those open and used some of those. So walnuts, pecans, and peanuts. Now, you want a cookie sheet lined with foil and spray it with, no, don't spray your face. Make sure this is pointed outward. Spray the cookie foil cookie sheet with cooking spray. And then spread the nuts. Spread your nuts. Spread your nuts on, yeah, you heard me. Spread your nuts on the pan in a single layer. Oh, that might be kind of hard to do, to spread these nuts. Oh, oh, it smells really good. I suppose it's mainly the cinnamon. Cinnamon and the nutmeg. Ah, all right. All right. Okay. Bowl is heavy. All right. I can get rid of this bowl. Uh, and all right, let's try to. All right, my hands are going to be messy, but that's what happens when you deal with candied nuts. Hands get messy. Um, just trying to separate them. I don't think it's going to be a huge deal if some of them are clumped together. Because after they're baked, you can kind of break them apart, I'm sure. Are these for Christmas gifts? I did think about that. Um, it might depend on how they taste. Mm, some people may not want them as Christmas gifts if they don't turn out very well. But yes, that I did think of that because being on a budget, it is a good idea to try to make gifts. Or I mean, you could re-gift something. Find one of those Yankee candles in your closet and give those to give one of those to I don't know, Bill from accounting, who you don't really care for anyway. But since you're on the obligatory Secret Santa list, you gotta give them something. So might as well give them a candle. I think it's a useful gift myself. I mean, people make fun of the candle as a gift, but what if your electricity goes out? You're gonna want a candle, aren't you? Oh my gosh, I moved into my great aunt's house and she had tons of candles. I'm sure many of them were given to her as a gift, but she also tended to buy things that she already had. She didn't remember she had. In the basement, she had a bunch of picture frames, and some of them were still brand new. It hadn't been used, and I think it was one of those cases where she was like she had picture and like, oh, I need a frame for that, and didn't bother go looking for it in her own basement or closets, whatnot. And so then she ends up with 500 picture frames or whatever. That's an exaggeration, but there are quite a few of them. She also has quite a few candles. So if we ever lose electricity, if the winter is bad and everything freezes over, I think I have enough candles to light the entire county. So if you want to send me something for Christmas, don't send me a candle, please, or a picture frame. You can send me an apron though, because I only have two of them right now. I heard the uh, uh, back porch crew was going to send me an apron. I'm looking forward to that. I don't know what kind of apron they're going to send me. A little scared too, but it'll be cool. All right. Now, oh, my screen went dark. I believe that's it, and we put it in the oven for uh oh, spread the nuts. Yeah, bake for 1 hour, stirring every 15 minutes. So, um, I'm not going to make you sit here for an hour, but I think I'll go. I'm going to go live again, or I might just post the results when I post this video. We'll see. So that's going into the oven. And while that's baking, I also have on the stove top a bowl of chocolate almond bark and white almond bark. And I am going to be making just something very simple. So I have another pan with parchment, lined with parchment. Oh, Karen, let's see. We don't have them here in Texas. Oh, have what? Did I miss something? I missed basements. Oh, basements. Yes. I love candles. Basements. Yes. I mean, when you live in the Midwest, if you don't have a basement, I would have to move into a house with a basement living in the Midwest. Tornado Alley and all that. Eh, yeah, it's not exactly safe without a basement in this area. Are you in her house now? Yes. I love that they are going to do that. Oh, very yes. Eileen, hi, Brandon. What did you just put in the oven? I put my nuts in the oven. Um, they were my my pecans and walnuts and peanuts, which I candied, and they went into the oven. But I have something else, so you're not too late for you're not too late for everything. I'm going to bring over one of these bowls. I don't know how hot that is. Ouch. Hot enough, apparently. All right. So this is white chocolate bark. And I have some coffee beans. These have been in the freezer. They are, every year Starbucks has their Christmas blend and Thanksgiving blend and whatever. After the season is over, they discount them like 50 and 70% off, some 75% off sometimes. So, of course, I waited till after the season. And because, I really don't like Starbucks coffee, just their plain coffee. I like their white chocolate and lattes and stuff like that. But anyway, that's beside the point. I got these coffee beans for cheaper than usual. Um, Hi, Nikki, and Catherine. So I have these coffee beans. These are decaf. They've been in the freezer, and I'm just going to put them in the melted chocolate, and we're going to stir them around. And I also have the regular chocolate. You see that? Voila. So I put the coffee beans and the white almond bark, and I'm going to put some in the chocolate almond bark. And I don't know how many it'll take. I'm just going to make sure they're covered. And then I'm going to get a fork. I'm going to fork them, stir them around with the fork. Make sure they're all nice and covered with white chocolate. And I think my thought was having oh, it wasn't as hot as I thought it was. Having the coffee beans in the freezer would help when I put them in the when I put them in the chocolate, it would kind of help stick the chocolate to them, since the beans are frozen and the chocolate is hot. A few more in each. So the reason I got a fork is when you lift them out, kind of acts as a sieve almost. You lift the bean out with the chocolate on it. And then you can place it on the wax paper. And if you want like a lot of coverage on them, if you want a really chocolatey espresso bean, coffee bean, you can wait till these dry and then do the process again, cover them again, coat them in with another layer, and put them back on the parchment. I know it's kind of a long process, but um, if you want your beans with a lot of chocolate on them, that's kind of what you have to do. So I'm basically just I want to kind of separate. I don't want a big clump of beans. I don't mind if a couple of them are stuck together, but I might be able to do it without the fork. Just kind of Geronimo, push them off the spoon onto the wax paper. Seems like the chocolate is adhering better than the white, but it may be just that I can't see it as well because coffee beans are dark and so are those chocolate. It's a lot easier to see the beans through the chocolate, like the white stuff. I'm getting hungry. Love the sweets. Uh, let's see. Mickey, I've been better. Well, this is painstaking work. Yeah, it kind of can be, but it's it ends up being cheaper than buying chocolate covered coffee beans in the store. And if you're on a budget and you want to give away um, things that you make uh, for Christmas, as Karen was saying earlier, this is a good option. So anyway, I don't think you don't need to sit here and watch me do all of these. I just thought I'd show you what I was doing, and those candied nuts are going to be in the oven for a while. Oh, did I set a timer? Alexa, do I have a timer going?
You have no timer set.
Oh, great. Alexa, set a 10-minute timer.
10-minute timer started.
I forgot. I think it's been like 5 minutes. You're supposed to you cook the candied nuts for like 15 minutes, and you stir them around, um, and then put them in for another 15. In total, they take about an hour. So I think I will. I think I will do another round of this after these solidify. Let's see. Oh, what is? Oh, well, we're almost at an hour, so that worked out. I don't know if very many people hung on for the entire hour, but it's fine. It's fine. Some people came in late. I came in late to Karen's. I didn't. I guess I was involved in other things. I wasn't paying attention. I think it's all right to have a couple of clumps, a couple of them pieces stuck together, because these aren't whole. Not all of them are whole beans. Anyway, I haven't done any kind of plug for myself. So if you haven't subscribed to me, if you're not subscribed, please do so. Go to my publication. I think there's a button on this live video. If you're not subscribed, there should be a subscribe button by my name. And if you want more of this ridiculous content, click subscribe and you can see it again. You can see more of it. So, if you can become a free subscriber, that's wonderful. If you can afford to do a paid subscription, wonderful too. You can collaborate with me on articles and videos, podcasts and whatnot. I stumbled across this and joined on a whim. Well, Catherine, I hope. Oh, there's Sarah. I didn't see you come in, Sarah. I stumbled across this. Oh yeah, Catherine. I hope it has been a good stumble. That could go either way, I guess. I just stumbled into some kind of mess here. Better late than never, Sarah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, and there's Robes. Oh, I missed all you guys coming in. Don't forget to stir the candy nuts. I know, yeah. I forgot to set the timer at first. But yeah, I've got a timer set, and as long as I keep track of how many 15-minute increments that I'm doing, I'll just think about that. Think about when I started and et cetera, et cetera. Oh, this one's already dried. Oh, whoops, dropped it. See, it's not completely covered. You can see the coffee bean through it, but it's not bad that way. But I would prefer more chocolate on it. Yeah, I will definitely put these in for another round. I'll probably melt some more chocolate. So I don't know if there's enough here to do another layer for all of these. Yeah, the chocolate ones are already drying too. Yeah, they need some more chocolate on 'em. So I'm gonna get off of here and I'm gonna heat some more chocolate. Probably get out another pan and put some more of these on wax paper so I can use the same bowls. That's quite a bit of beans. Maybe I should have done less beans and saved the chocolate. Well, you know, you you make mistakes and you learn and do something different next time. So, I love chocolate covered coffee beans, but they are addictive. Maybe chocolate covered pretzels or something to give as gifts. Yeah. Yeah. My sister makes a lot of pretzels. Well, I'm gonna get off here. I appreciate everyone who joined, and I hope to see you again. I don't know when my next video will be. I don't know what I'll be making, but I don't know. I've been thinking about some different things. I'll try one of them out. I hope this has been uh, um I hope this has been enlightening, educational, entertaining, all of the above. Goodbye, Karen, Sarah, Robes, Catherine, uh, everybody else. Thanks for coming in. I'll see you next time. Bye.